Hello guys, thank you all for once again joining in. In today's session, we are going to learn how to build an effective SEO optimized product listing, right? So we will see how to build an effective product title, how to build your backend search and also your bullet points. Right guys, so in my last two sessions I have been speaking about keyword research. So this session is going to be a continuation from my previous videos, right? In case if you have not watched those videos, towards the end of the video I'm going to link both those videos. Please check them out, right? So in one of those videos I have spoken about keyword research using Helium 10, right? And in another video I've spoken about keyword research using your brand analytics, right? So when you look at Helium 10, you have various customer search terms along with the search volume, right? So the first thing that I've done is I have looked at the search terms which have got more than 500 searches, and I've made a note of all those keywords here. Likewise, in brand analytics, we got to see a list of 222 keywords or 222 keywords, and we also got to view various search frequency ranks, right? Now, the first thing that I would like to know, while we have search frequency rank, I want to know what does it relate to in terms of search volume. From Amazon, we cannot get search volume. In Helium 10, we can get that search volume. So what I've done is I've just put up a simple VLOOKUP, right? I've put up a simple VLOOKUP to see whether I am able to get this search volume from Helium 10 from for these specific keywords, right? So when I performed this exercise, I was able to get search volume for few of the keywords, and for few of the keywords I was not able to get the search volume. What it means, now for the ones where we were able to fetch keywords, it means that these keywords are already a part of Helium 10 list. Now for the ones in red, the ones in red are the cases where I was not able to get the search volume. What it means is these keywords are not a part of Helium 10 list. So what we need to understand here, while you got a list of keywords from Helium 10, not all keywords are covered, or I mean few of the important keywords which are available on brand analytics are not a part of your Helium 10 list. So that is the key takeaway here, right? Now, in order to build our product title or bullets or backend search, we are going to make use of both the data sets, because both the data sets are really important. On one side, while you have got search volume from software tool, on the other side, you are getting directly this data directly from Amazon. So I do not want to ignore this data set. So we are going to combine both the data sets, right? Both the data points, one from Helium 10 and the other one from brand analytics. We are going to merge both the data sets. So before merging both the data sets, what I want to see is I want to make a note of highly relevant keywords here. In order to do that, I will have to go through each and every keywords and see whether that is very highly relevant to our product or not. So in our example, let's go through few keywords for your understanding. We all know that we are evaluating a vegetable chopper. If you have been watching my previous videos, I clearly call it out. We are looking at vegetable chopper. Now what I've done is I just checked whether this keyword is highly relevant to our product or not. You see here it says first keyword, it says vegetable cutter, right? Vegetable cutter, yes, it's a highly relevant keyword. Likewise, kitchen gadgets, I don't think this is highly relevant, so I'll remove it. Vegetable chopper, yes, it is highly relevant. Chopper for kitchen, it is highly relevant. Vegetable chopper, highly relevant. Onion chopper, machine hand, relevant, right? So in this manner I just manually have gone through all the keywords here and I have marked whether they are highly relevant or not, right? So this is more to do with Helium 10 dataset. Likewise, I just came to brand analytics, but before performing this exercise I have removed the cells where we have search volume, right? So why I did that is, see, I've removed the cells where we have search volume. The reason why I'm filtering this way, because we know that those keywords, the ones with search volume, are already a part of Helium 10 list, and we have already done this high relevancy checks for all these keywords, so I've removed them. Now for the keywords which are not a part of brand analytics, I'm once again going to do, or I'm once again going to check whether all the keywords are highly relevant or not. For example, chopper, it is highly relevant, so I've marked it as yes. Kitchen, it is not relevant, so I just left it blank. Choppers, it is relevant, so I've marked it as yes. Deals, no. So likewise for both the data sets, right, I have checked whether all these keywords are highly relevant to us or not. Right. So once I'm done with this exercise, I have, see, now here we have a list of some 120 keywords or 100 keywords, right, and then here we have a list of 123, and 123, if I just look at only highly relevant ones, when I look at highly relevant ones, there are about some 149, about 100 keywords here, another 49 50 keywords here. So now when I perform this exercise, I was able to come up with a list of 160 keywords, right? So these are the list of these are the final or a consolidated list of 160 keywords. We arrived at this 160 keywords after looking into the data points from brand analytics as well as data points from Helium 10. Now guys, we are going to make use of all these 160 keywords in order to build our product title, backend search, bullet points and other stuff. Okay, now in this session, while I am not going to frame all these aspects, I am going to explain you the technique and the approach that you need to take forward to. Okay, because for me, in order to build this, it will definitely take hours of time, and I want to keep this video very short and concise, and I want to make sure you guys get the context or get the concept, and from there on I think you will be able to pick it up, right? So when it comes to title, so guys, so firstly I have formulated this Excel spreadsheet. Now we have a list of 160 keywords here. Now when it comes to title, this is your main place, right? So for Amazon to relate your product for various customer search terms, right, when customer is searching for a keyword, Amazon will firstly check the title, right? Now when Amazon is searching or crawling through the title, now if Amazon is finding your keyword, then Amazon will understand and it will try to relate your product to the customer search term. Now title weighs a lot when it comes to keyword search or Amazon in the Amazon algorithm. So what we will do is we'll firstly look into title, right? Now for title, we have a limit, character limit, right? The limit is a maximum of 200 to 250 characters. So we would generally have a title of length or 200 characters, because sometimes when you have lengthier titles, Amazon may chop it off, or few of the words may not be visible, all that stuff happens. But generally I'm speaking, we normally use titles, or we normally make sure titles have 200 characters of length, right? So how do I build my title, right? The best way to build your title is to use most of your high volume keywords in your title. Why because your title weighs the most, so you want to make sure your high volume or highly searched high volume or highly searched keywords are there in your title. So let's perform this exercise. So what I'll do is I'll just let's assume all these are high volume. For few of the keywords you have search volume, for few of the keywords you have search frequency rank, but as of now, please assume that these are all of very high volume keywords listed in a sequential order, right? When I say sequential order, the first most, so this is the keyword with the highest search volume, right? So I want to use this keyword. Now what I've done is I've just formulated this spreadsheet. Now when I use this keyword, it will automatically highlight, as in where did I use this, right? For example, now if I want to use my keyword chopper in my title, I'll just paste chopper here, right? It will automatically color it in green. Let's say if I want to use my keyword cutter, it will automatically color it in green. Right now when it is colored in green, I will know that this keyword is already used in my title, because green signifies my title, right? In this manner, what I'll do is I will try to plug in as many keywords as possible in my product title, right? So this is something. Okay, let's say kitchen gadgets, while it is not relevant, so I'll not use it. So let's say vegetable chopper, you can say kitchen material, vegetable cutter. I want to use this keyword, so I'll say vegetable cutter here, right? It will automatically highlight, right? So onion cutter machine, I'll use this keyword here, right? And right, onion cutter machine is already there. One thing to remember, guys, now when it comes to usage of keywords, you need not use both singulars and plurals. So I mean, if you are able to, for example, if you are using a keyword cutter, Amazon will automatically index it for cutters also. You need not worry about it. Okay, so now for title, right, so I've just put up a simple formulated Excel spreadsheet. Now the beauty of this sheet is I'm not dependent upon any of the software tools such as Helium 10, right? In Helium 10 you have scribbles to do all this activity, but if you are not if you are running tight on your budgets and you do not have Helium 10 subscription, you need not worry. Actually, you can just build a simple Excel spreadsheet like this, right, and you will get it, right? In case if you just need this sheet, just post it in a comment and I'll share it. Okay, so guys, so I'm using my keywords here. Now as and when I'm using, they're getting indexed here or they're getting colored here. Now when they get colored here, I'll get to know that I've already used those keywords in my title. Okay, so likewise, let's move on. So let's move on to our search terms. For search terms, I want to mark it as red. So after your title, the highest weightage will go to your search term, right? Search terms are your backend search terms, so they are not visible for front end audience. But when it comes to search crawling or Amazon search algorithm, so there is a very heavy reliance on your backend search. So let's plug in few keywords here in your search terms. So for search terms, I have marked it in red, right? So what I'll do is I'll just use this keyword in my search terms. When I mark it, see, it is marking choppers vegetables as red, right? It is also marking chopper in red because chopper is also used here. Okay, so what I'll do, wait, oh yeah, so then what I'll do, let's assume we want to pick kitchen material in our backend search, right? I'll choose kitchen material, right? So that is taken care, right? And then let's say if I'm using my kitchen tool in our backend search, right? Kitchen tool is also highlighted in red. So let us say cutter for kitchen is used in backend search. Now both cutter and cutter for kitchen are used because both the keywords are available, right? So right, now I'll use salad spinner. Your salad spinner is also in red. So likewise, guys, so you can just as and when I text keywords here, right, those keywords will get highlighted or colored. Now when these keywords get highlighted or colored, right, I will know that I've already used those keywords, so I'm not going to use those keywords again, right? So when it comes to your search terms, while I plug in few keywords here for your understanding, but generally what I do is, because we also do not want any duplicates here, right? So generally what I do is, for my title, I will just generally I'll ensure at least my top 5-6 keywords are there in my title. And for my backend search, what I'll do is I'll just pick my top 20 keywords. Okay, and then I'll paste them in a new keyword, right? So we are using these top 20 keywords. Okay, so hold on, right? So we are looking into these top 20 keywords. Now what I'll do is I'll go to data. Okay, I'll just convert them into various columns. What I'll do is I'll just copy this, I'll paste it here, I'll once again do this, copy this, paste it here, right? And then yeah, so I'll just copy this, paste it here, right? Blade, machine and electric. So copy this, paste it here, copy this, paste it here, copy this, paste it here, right? So what I'll do is this is how you need to plug in your, right? So now what I'll do is what I'll do is I'll just filter, I'll remove any blank spaces, right? So then I have a list of single keywords. I'll paste them here, sorry, or I can paste them in a new sheet, right? And then I will remove the duplicates. In order to remove duplicates, you just go to data, you just say remove duplicates, right? And then I am left with another 20 unique words, right? Just 20 unique words. Now these 20 unique words, I will see what is their character length, right? I'll just paste it here, WordPad, and then once again I'll paste it here, right? I want to know what is the length of these 20 characters, so I'll just say length of these 20, it's about 136 keywords, sorry, one. So what I mean to say is, so those 20 keywords are equivalent to 136 characters. Okay, they are just equivalent to 136 characters. Now the limit that we have is, when it comes to search terms, 200 characters. So technically, instead of 20 keywords, I could probably take 25 keywords, right? So in this manner, I'm going to use, so in this manner, for my title, I'm going to use my first 5 or 10 keywords, and the remaining 20 or 25 keywords, just like I've demonstrated it here, right? I'm going to do a quick convert a keyword into individual words. I'm going to remove the duplicates, and I'm going to see what is the character length, right? So once I check that, now I have my 200 character search terms for my backend search, right? Then comes my bullet points. Now for bullet points, the approach remains the same. For example, if I want to use this keyword in my bullet point, right, like what, okay, let's take hand cutter. Okay, so we want to use this keyword in our bullet point. So when I choose hand cutter, it will automatically turn into amber, because I have defined amber color for bullet points. For our titles, I have defined green. For our backend search, I have defined red, and for our bullet points, I have defined amber. Alright, so in this manner, you will be able to fit in the remaining keywords. For your title, you have used the high volume keywords, and another 20-25 keywords, you try to place them in your backend search, and whatever keywords are left, you are going to use them in your bullet points. Now speaking about bullet points, you have two approaches, guys. One, we all know that Amazon indexes your first 1000 characters. Now when I say your first 1000 characters, for framing your bullet points, you have two options. Option one, you can have 4 bullet points of 250 character each, and and then one more bullet points where you speak about your warranty and stuff, right? And the second approach, you can have 5 bullet points, each bullet point having 200 characters, right? You are splitting, I mean when you have each bullet point of 200 characters, then you will have all the bullet points optimized, right? In this case, you have only your 4 bullet points optimized, right? So I would always prefer to have or take this approach, wherein my first 4 bullet points are optimized, and in my 5th bullet point, I'm going to speak about warranty and stuff. There I'm not going to optimize my listing, right? Now here is how I generally structure my bullet points. The first bullet point, it always speaks about value, right? What are your features, right? What is the value that you're adding to your customer, right? Now customers are opening up a listing to buy something, right? You need to buy, or you need to build value and deliver value. So my first bullet point always speaks about product features and also the value, right? So it's very important that you differentiate your product well along with your bundle product and stuff, right? Your assurance in terms of quality, warranty, all that stuff. So you should be speaking what are your product features, what problem are you solving for the customer. That's very important. And in your second bullet point, you should be speaking about your USP, your unique selling point. Understand, guys, we are all, when it comes to selling products on Amazon or any other e-commerce marketplace, we all know that we are not in that blue ocean territory, right? We are competing in a red ocean territory. Now what do I mean by red ocean, right? Red ocean is a place where you have so many competitors, and there is also demand, However, there are so many competitors, so you're trying to differentiate your product and try to add more value to your customers, right? So when you are in a red ocean, you should be standing out from your competitors. If you do not stand out from your competitors, then it is very difficult to sustain in the long term. So it's very important that you speak about your unique selling points. How are you different from your competitors? What value are you getting onto the table, right? So in order to do that, you should be doing your proper product research before launching your products. You should be knowing what are your customer pain points from current offerings and see how can you bridge those gaps. You should be calling all those aspects in your bullet points, right? And in your third bullet points, you should be able to connect with your audience, right? So you should be speaking about the user experience. You should make your customers feel, or you should copyright in a way that when your customer or when your audience read your bullet points, they should feel that okay, this product is going to improve my life. Okay, that is how you need to make that connectivity, right? You cannot copy your bullet points from your competitors and just paste it there. That will not work, guys. Because this is all a creative work. You should be building your product or bullet points very creatively. While they are optimized, it's also important that you communicate that user story, right? You need to convey your messaging properly or your story properly to your customers, right? So in my third bullet points, generally, I would try to connect with my audience. And in my fourth bullet points, I would be speaking about product compatibility, right? So along with this product, how can they use, or how can you use this product in, if let's assume if I'm selling a baby toys, how can children play, or how can children use this product along with something else. I would be speaking more in terms of compatibility, right? So, and in my fifth bullet point, I would generally speak about warranty, assurance, brand loyalty, and all, because it is also very important that retarget our customers. Please make sure you are selling quality products. Let's say if your customer is buying your product, they should definitely, they should undergo an exceptional or an extraordinary experience levels. Only then you will have a higher scope of reselling current product or new products to your existing or old customers. So it's very important that you clearly convey. You can speak about your product warranty, brand assurance, quality, customer service, all that stuff. And the last and foremost thing is your description and a plus content. Now this is, while it is not SEO optimized, right? So while you plug in all your keywords in here, you will definitely be left with so many keywords which are not yet utilized. In that case, while description and a plus content is not optimized, but still use it. Don't stop yourself, just use it, because we never know how the search algorithm works, right? So I mean let's not leave any stone unturned. So we never know how that algorithm works, so it's always better. So let's say among these 160 keywords, you made use of 100 keywords in your product title, search, and bullet points, and the remaining 60 keywords, make sure you are utilizing them or using most of them in your description and a plus content. Now guys, see, when it comes to title, you could keyword stuff, that's not at all a problem. The point here is your images also should be in line with your overall product objective. SEO doesn't mean that, or optimization doesn't mean that it is more to do with the copy that you're writing. It is also more to do with your images, right? While you're building an optimized product listing, it's also important that you have very good product images. Your product images should be able to sell your product, because see, we all know that when it comes to e-commerce, nobody is touching your product or feeling your product, right? So so your customers are just visualizing, just looking at your images. They're just reading your bullets to a certain extent. Probably they're also going through your customer reviews and deciding whether to buy your product or not. So your images should speak volumes about your product quality, and the assurance that you are providing to your customer. And then your images shall be backed up by your customer reviews, right? World class images or first quality images or best images, along with positive customer feedback, can can promise you a lot of sales, right? Now while that is all happening at the back end, right, at the back end, you should make sure that Amazon is able to recognize your product listing to customer, or relate your product listing to various customer search terms. In order to do that, you need to make sure that you're performing this exercise properly, right? So once you do that, right, your next step will be to, create PPC campaigns, launch PPC campaigns, and manage your PPC campaigns, which I'm anyways going to speak in my next videos using your bulk operations. So I'm going to show you how to use bulk operation templates, and I'm also going to upload a file and show you how to upload it. And let's see how that goes. But at this point in time, just be very clear that this part of the process is really important. Your first step is finding a right product, right? That's your first step when it comes to selling on Amazon. And then your second step is creating a world class an SEO rich product listing. And this is the process which 7 and 8 figure sellers use in order to build their listings or titles, right, or bullets, or your backend search, right? So if you're just able to implement these practices in your businesses, I'm sure you will be able to attract a lot of organic sale, and also your PPC campaigns also will also perform well, right? So I hope you are able to add value, or you are able to get value from this video. If that is the case, kindly please subscribe to my channel, and I'll come up with many more interesting topics, right? So thank you all for joining in, and I appreciate your time and effort for watching this long. So I really value it. So thank you all, and see you soon in my next video. Thank you.